Oh man. So obviously after last night's game, fuck you, Billy. Um, fuck you. Read the room, bitch. Anyways, after last night's game and when I went the fuck off, man, apparently it came out on Twitter that Hal Steinbrenner was going to come out and address the team. And I knew deep down he wasn't going to, do what a lot of Yankees fans, including myself, asked for, and that was to fire Aaron Boone. But maybe to try to, address the team and just what the direction of the team is, as we are now really the halfway point into the season. And like Brian Cashman, he still has Aaron Boone's back. He still has those guys back, the whole coach stands back, even though this is a team that's only 2 games above 500, and yet we literally suck. We're awful. I said it on LA Originals Hangout last night, but I put this team's talent over any team in the MLB. You understand how many power hitters we have on this team? You don't understand how many players that were all stars the last 2, 3 years. You understand how many, if this pitching core was healthy, how good it could be with the likes of Garrett Cole, Corey Kluber, Luis Severino, Jordan Montgomery. And yet, here we are. The bullpen, or not the bullpen, the offense sucks. The pitching is kind of taking taking a bit of a hit of a wall. I mean, it's okay, but it's not as dominant because we're dealing with injuries like losing Corey Kluber, whatnot. Domingo Herman has just not really turned out the pitcher that I was hoping he was going to be, and as well as just this fucking team, man. It's just I don't know. I don't know. At the end of the day, man, I expected better. I have high expectations for this team every single year. You know, the expectation should be, especially when you have a team like this, World Series or bust. And now this team is on the verge of missing the playoffs. Probably will miss the playoffs because I'm sorry, if you're really telling me that like the Yankees are going to bounce back after losing a game like that, and now today we have a rain delay. Thank fucking God. Thank God they have a rain delay today. Because honestly, I knew we were gonna lose. I knew it. So officially, the Angels have won this series. I told you, Modok, you were gonna win this series. Like I said, I don't know how you were gonna do it, but you were gonna find a way. There's no reason why this Yankees team should be this bad. There's no reason why the Yankees year in year out come short of their goal. You know, 2020 losing in the ALDS, even though this team really sucked. You know, during the Mickey Mouse season last year. Like at one point, they were at 500 with only like less than 20 games to go. So we went on that hot streak, and we were one of the hotter teams in baseball. But then we lost in 5 against the Rays, and then we lost to the Astros. And yeah, maybe even though we got fucked in that series, our offense did not show up. It didn't. Then we obviously lost to the Red Sox in 2018, but they were the better team. Still, though, fucking sucks. And when you won 100 games, maybe you had a chance. But at one point in that Red Sox series, they lost 16-1. Even though we lost to the Astros, we came up with sweep against the Minnesota Twins, who were really good that year. And yet we lost against the Astros. Then obviously we lost to the Rays. And now we're on the verge of missing the playoffs. Yet we fired, not fired, but we let go of a manager who was literally one win away from the World Series. I understand that, like, if in 2017 the Yankees, you know, were rebuilding and didn't really do anything and missed the playoffs. If you wanted to move on from Joe Girardi, that's fine. Move on from Joe Girardi. Maybe you have a new voice within that organization. But when you were one game away from the World Series in a rebuilding year, and you see players on the rise like Aaron Judge and Gary Sanchez, why would you get rid of that manager for? Instead, hire a guy who had no coaching experience, and he's all about analytics, right? Well, last night the bases were loaded for Aroldis Chapman with one out. You would think if Aaron Boone was in this analytics guy, he would take him out. He would put somebody else in the bullpen to relieve Chapman in the ninth. Finished off the game. Yankees win. That's it. Especially when this pitcher can't find the fucking zone. Honestly, as much as I'm mad at Aaron Boone, I understand, at the end of the day, he's not the one hitting. He's not the one, you know, missing the zone when your team needs a closeout. I mean, I swear to God, man. I mean, if you don't think by now Aroldis Chapman did not use any of those foreign substances, then you're wrong. This is the biggest fraud in sports, or at least in baseball. Oh, man. See, Brandon Frauders is in this chat too. One fraud to another, man. Sheesh. Sheesh, man. Yeah, you got a guy like Brandon Rodgers living in Minnesota, but roots for the Seahawks and the fucking Dodgers, man. I'm surprised Sentinel doesn't give him that much shit than I thought he was going to. Sentinel, who was on this chat, I told him that he was a Dodgers fan. He's all like, I'm going to give Brandon so much shit now that he's a Dodgers and a fucking Seahawks fan, and I haven't heard Sentinel talk that much shit. Well, maybe at least when I'm on around hangouts with Sentinel and Brandon, he doesn't really talk to Brandon as much. I don't know. No. But listen, honestly, if George Steinbrenner was still alive, Aaron Boone would have been fired by now. I think George Girardi would have remained the manager in 2017. I think at the end of the day, I'm not saying it's all on ownership. It really isn't, especially when we have one of the highest payrolls. And, I mean, we made a trade today, by training an outfielder. Forgot the name, but he's from the Arizona Diamondbacks. So, like, I mean, I know we're probably going to make a big trade. I mean, Hal Steinbrenner still thinks we could still make the playoffs. I don't see it. We're a few games back, and I know we still got a half of baseball left to be played. And, teams get hot in July, August, September. They do. But at the same time, okay, check this out. When you have a team like this that leads the MLB in, most double plays allowed, worst in runners in scoring position, one of the worst in batting average, took a massive decrease in batting average, as well as just bad losses. Getting swept by the Tigers, right? Chapman blowing in the ninth against the Twins. And check this out, right? Check this out. In that series, right? We won the series, right? But that was also the same night when Chapman blew it in the bottom of the ninth when we were up 5-9. We couldn't complete the sweep, right? Check this out. Aaron fucking Judge, right? He goes on Instagram, and this is what pisses me off, because now the players, I'm starting to think that this team doesn't care about winning. They're only in it for a paycheck. They're just like, oh, hey, we won the series against the Minnesota Twins. It's like, great. But that last game you played, you lost. Your closer blew it at the ninth. But I don't care. At least we won the series. fucking disgraceful, man. I mean, is this how really who we are? Is this who our identity is? Oh, we lost the game, but at least we won the series. Fuck all that shit. What the fuck? Especially now when every game is important, urgency is needed within this team and this organization. You know? And it's what's so frustrating is that, like, if we were injured, I can't blame Boone. I can't blame the players. I can't even blame anybody because we're injured. But at the same time, too, the last 2 years, that's been the theme of this team. And yeah, we were still able to make the playoffs, still able to make a run. And now, I mean, Stan and Judge, they're on the lineup on most days. They're playing. They're somewhat contributing to this team. And yet it's not resulting in wins. At the end of the day, I don't care how we win games. I don't care if we win games 1-0. I don't care if we win games 10-11 or 11 to 10. Just win. That's all I ask. That's all we ask. It's pretty frustrating, dude. It's pretty frustrating when you have a team every year, World Series or bust expectations. This year, I felt more confident in this team heading into the season than any other team because I knew deep down the pitching was going to get a lot better, and it did. Now it's kind of taking a hit of a wall because obviously Kluber is out, and I'm not going to sit up here and say that like Garrett Cole's nothing without foreign substances, but it did help him a little bit with this game, and now it's kind of his skiing kind of took in a bit of a decrease a little bit. And that's another thing. The MLB needs to get rid of that rule. They need to get rid of that rule about banning foreign substances. Like, bro, like again, let me tell you something. What's worse, banning foreign substances or having a guy tell you which pitch is coming at you? Let's think about this for a second. Let's put on our thinking cats for a second here. When you're playing baseball, the very next pitch, which is more bound to happen? Getting a strike or getting a home run? Or even just getting a hit in general? I rest my case. So, I don't care. I don't care, Spider. Yeah, no, I'm done talking about it, man. Hal Steinbrenner, the Yankees organization, the Yankees team, they're just letting Aaron Boone do whatever he wants. I'm calling it right now. If we miss the playoffs, Aaron Boone's going to keep his job. You can tell, like, this team knows deep down that, they might miss the playoffs this year, but Aaron Boone's job is safe and sound. So we pretty much just wasted a season. Again. Unbelievable, man. Unbelievable. I mean, you do realize, right? This division's not going to get any easier from here on out. I mean, you do realize, right, that the Red Sox are here to stay. You do realize, right, that the Blue Jays, once they have to get rid of their manager, right, too, are going to get better. You do realize, right, that with the Tampa Bay Rays, if that Wander Franco guy is legit, number one prospect in the MLB, I mean, fuck. I mean, the Orioles are trash, but at the same time, too, the Orioles, give it a couple years, maybe they might be something. They got some nice pieces now. You know, Mullins and then Trey Mancini. They add some more pieces to that team. Maybe they might be something. I mean, Spider, since you're in here, I'm so glad Spider's in here, man. What the fuck happened? What the fuck happened today? Or in that last series? I know the Yankees got lost to the Angels, and that's embarrassing, even though I called it. But you got swept by the Orioles at home. Oh, what happened to the Oriole? What happened to that 11 game winning streak, Spider? Really, LA? Look at this. Tell your boy he said no link. And now you're saying link. Um, probably. I mean, I can't even talk shit. I'm still hopeful on the Raiders, but I know deep down, I know that they can fuck the season up. I know they can, but honestly, I'm still holding on to hope because really the NFL really has no idea, or the media, I'm sorry, has no idea what it's talking about when it comes to the Raiders as a roster. I think our roster has improved, and I think we've done everything we needed to do in the offseason, at least to address positional needs. And now at the end of the day, they just have to go out there and show if they're going to, if it was worth it or not, as far as, just drafting guys like Morrig in the second round, getting Yannick from free agency. Um, who else did we sign? We signed. We signed Solomon Thomas, Casey Hayward. And then offensively, we added more depth at the receiver position. We added more depth at the running backs position. Honestly, like I said, my main issue heading into the season is our offensive line. But if our offensive line is still good, or if not better than it was last year, then we're going to be fine on offense. We are. I have no doubts in my mind, if we're healthy, that this offense will be good. Will be good. If not, it should be better than it was last year, because really this offense, it was top 10, but at the same time too, like, it was terrible in the red zone. Okay. And also too, we also didn't really take that much care of the football. As long as we clean up on the turnovers and do better in the red zone, this offense will be good. Now, defensively, though, like, if this offense is good, if not better than it was last year, and this defense is top 20, then really this team is a playoff team this year. I'm not even just saying that. I know that. I know that. But I don't know. It's the Raiders. They got to make things more complicated than they seem. We'll see, man. Of course, I didn't know. Honestly, at this time, I don't want to, but I knew the Yankees were going to trade for somebody. I was down to get someone like Adam Frazier, who's a left-handed hitter, that's batting very well this year, man. Really, the only reason why the Pirates are not the worst team in the league right now, but I don't know, man. Do I really want to, give up some future assets to go all in again? Like, why don't we just, trust our farm system and just, you know, see what we have out of our guys? Like, remember when we traded our first round draft pick, James Caprillion, for Sonny Gray? Look how that turned out. He was hurt last year, LA, and maybe he needs a fresh start. I know he's playing in the same scheme, but I have some confidence, or not confidence, but I have some faith in Casey Hayward. I won't say confidence, but I have some faith in him. I feel like he's down. He could turn it around this year. And he's that veteran voice in our locker room in that secondary, man. Yeah, I don't like Clint Frazier, man. Like he's always smiling at the plate. He's always chewing tobacco. Like I always see like, him chewing tobacco and shit like that, man. And he can't read the zone. I mean, seriously, it's like him and Odor whenever they see a pitch, whenever I see a pitch that's like way outside or it hits the dirt, they still somehow swing and miss at the end of the day. I mean, it's hard, right? It is hard to know what's coming at you at every pitch. But I play MLB the show, right? And maybe the next time I'll live stream, I'll show you guys while I'm playing MLB the show. When you see a pitch that's way outside and off, it's not that hard to not swing at that. Like if you know the ball's about to hit the dirt, don't swing. If you know the pitch is outside, don't swing. I mean, sometimes, you know, I mean, it's all about habits at the end of the day when you're up at the bat. I want to say those guys have some bad habits. And you know what? That kind of falls a little bit on Aaron Boone. He needs to teach better habits, you know? And I know the Yankees have always been known for power hitting, power hitting, power hitting, power hitting. And that's what those guys are doing. They're trying to power hit, power hit, power hit, because Odor is a power hitter. Odor is a power hitter. Clint Frazier, he can be a power hitter, you know? But I don't know. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, another person that's been kind of been disappointing has been Gleyber Torres. I think he's like top 10 in the AL in errors. Um, been so many times where like he's, either grounded out or struck out at the plate. I mean, here was the guy in 2019, and when guys like Judge and Stanton were hurt, who needed to step up to the plate? Him. He hit 38 home runs. I think that was no, it was his second year. I was thinking it was his rookie year, but it was his second year. It was an all-star. This dude went off, and we thought maybe this could be like the face of the future for this team, man. And this man, I don't even know what to say, man, this year. He's batting under 250, only has 4 home runs. It's terrible at shortstop. And I don't even know what to say. Yeah, I heard about that. All right, you guys. Well, I'm still going to keep this live, but soon at 12, Mr. Now Ash Sports has to go back to work. Just chilling at the house for now. My work is like literally like a 10-minute drive. I'm about to actually head out right now, but for now, I'll still keep this live. Oh, man. Pretty frustrating, man. Pretty frustrating with the season. I'm excited. You know what though, LA? I mean, you want to sit here and say the Raiders, like that's fine. I'm excited for football in general, man. I don't know what's gonna happen with the Raiders this season. I don't, but I'm excited for football. I am. It's going to be a good season, man. We're in July. Training camp's about to happen this month. Then the next month will be preseason, and then the month after that, the games will start. Been a pretty fast off season so far, man. Um, And now we get to see fans and stands again. And it's gonna be fucking fun, dude. I cannot wait, man. Cannot wait. You know. All right. Let's see here. I agree. Torres half the time looks like he just gives up. Like whenever I see like a ball grounded towards the middle, it's like all Torres just needs to put a little bit of effort into that ball, and maybe he can get it and throw it to first, or maybe if it's a double play, or maybe if he has a chance for a double play, he could throw for a double play, and yet he like walks to it almost. He like jogs the ball instead of just like sprinting for it, and like that's the thing I hate is like I understand it's a long season. It's a long season, but you gotta put some effort into that ball. If you dive for the ball and like the ball moves past you, or maybe like it just misplaces your glove, and you couldn't make the throw in time, then I can't be mad at that because at least you're trying, right? You're trying, and it's Rocco's kid. You're right, man. It seems like this guy, Glaber Torres, isn't trying most of the time, man, and it's pretty frustrating. Oh, what was I gonna do? Oh, I need to grab my headphones. That's important. Meet these babies. And then grab the rest of my food. Car keys. Yeah, well, yeah. Yeah, I saw the standings. Looks like the Brewers are going to win that division, it seems like. I guess that Willie Adames trade was worth it. We'll see. I mean, there's still about 3 months left of the season. Um, but the Brewers are playing pretty well, man. All I know is that I forget the name of the Brewers manager is. Um, Whoever the manager of the Brewers is, um, he is way better than Aaron Boone. I'll tell you that. I mean, a lot of managers are better than Aaron Boone. Whew. No kidding. No kidding. And then my friend, he's probably the most negative Yankees fan ever, but he's the biggest Aaron Boone apologist ever. He wants to sit up here and say, like, let's not give Aaron Judge a contract extension because he's in his late 20s and that, he can't stay healthy and that he's just nothing but a straight hitter. He's actually acting like a bitch. Hold on, guys. Give me 1 second. I need to go back and get something. God damn it. Oh, I hate today, honestly. Like, I remember just waking up in a bad mood, and I was just all like, fuck today. Like, God, please let the Raiders be good this year, man. Please. I don't know how much fucking losing I can take. Even if the fucking Raiders go like 10-7, and that's still not good enough to miss the playoffs, I'm happy with that. I'm happy. I don't give a shit about all you want. I'm happy with that. I would want to see the Raiders in the playoffs because we've been knocking on the playoffs the last 2 years, but we'll see. Should have made it to the playoffs in 2020. Maybe in 2019 too, even though we're in the second year of rebuild. This year it's like there's really almost no excuses to not make it. Well, at least to win 10 games. And unfortunately, as the Miami Dolphins from last year, 10 games still might not be good enough to make the playoffs. And if that's the case, then shit. So we'll see what happens, man. I mean, there's a lot of games where, geez, there's a lot of games where I feel good about this year, winning. We just can't get off to a slow start. And obviously, have a bad stretch of games in November and December like we have been the last 2 years. That's another thing I want to talk about before I head back to work, man. What the fuck is the media on about with the Raiders, man? I mean, what do they have against the Raiders? They say that we are the 26th, 27th best team in the NFL. I can guarantee you, here are the teams that I know the Raiders are better than. Okay? You want me to go right now? All right, I'm going to go through this list right now. The Raiders are better than the Jets, obviously. That's a guarantee. The Raiders are better than the Bengals. The Raiders are better than the Broncos. The Raiders, as of right now, the Raiders are better than the Detroit Lions. The Raiders are better than the Chicago Bears. Yes, I said Chicago Bears. I don't care, Butters. The Raiders are better than, as of right now, the Arizona Cardinals. The Raiders are better than the Los Angeles Chargers, the Denver Broncos, the Houston Texans, the Jacksonville Jaguars. Fuck, let me think. There's some more teams that just get New Orleans Saints, Carolina Panthers. I know a lot of people are going to be all like, well, didn't they blew you guys out last year? Yes, but they also finished at 4-12, and they just traded away their best player, the Atlanta Falcons. The Raiders. I'm trying to think. NFC. Oh, they're better than all the teams in the NFC East. So right there, that's already like 10, 15 teams that I just mentioned. I mean, the teams that they mentioned on that list, like aside from the Raiders, the teams that were worse than the Raiders are the Bengals, Jaguars, Lions, Texans. There was another team. Yeah, I don't know what the NFL. Oh yeah, the Philadelphia Eagles, I think. Even though I mentioned the NFC East, but the power rankings said like whatever, dude. Listen, at the end of the day, man, to say that a team the last 2 years that have been middle of the pack could have been better than what their record was if they had a better stretch in December. To say that then literally they addressed almost everything they needed to address in the off season with the draft and free agency, and you still want to sit up here and say they're one of the worst teams in the NFL, like get the fuck out of here with that shit. I mean, seriously. I mean, we have literally a top three tight end. We have a top 10 running back. We had a quarterback that finished eighth or ninth in PFF last year, quarterback rankings. Um, yeah, our offensive line is questionable. But at the same time, too, if you really go in depth to this offensive line, I mean, we got Colton Miller, obviously, solid left tackle, top 10 in his position, just got an extension this summer. Richie Incognito's coming back, and I understand he's 37 coming off an Achilles injury. But the year before that, before he got hurt, he was a Pro Bowler left guard. Should have been in the Pro Bowl. He was a Pro Bowl alternate and really helped Josh Jacobs in the running game last year, at least on the left side. Andre James, who, yes, as of now, is not better than Rodney Hudson. But check this out: the last 2 years, when we picked him up undrafted, when we signed him off the waivers, every Wednesday, every Wednesday and Thursday, Rodney Hudson would not practice because Rodney Hudson would have a bunch of ankle issues, but he would still play, through it, right? Andre James would be first team with the Raiders offensive line. So he already has a connection there with him and Derek Carr. Denzel Good, again, was playing for the majority of the year last year. Now switching over to the right. And obviously Alex Leatherwood, who we can also plug in at guard as well. Yes, maybe we overdrafted him, but at the same time too, I really think it's possible that he was predicted to be in this pick in the second or third round because of how bad of a year he had in college, despite the fact Alabama won the national championship and he won a bunch of trophies that year. I don't know, man. I don't know. And then obviously we signed John Brown. We'll need to add to what already is a pretty good young wide receiving core, or at least a wide receiving core that has a lot of potential. I mean, I'm a believer in Henry Ruggs. I do believe in Brian Edwards. I think they're going to take that next step this year. Hunter Renfro's a very underrated slot receiver, also good in the punt return game. Kenyon Drake he could start for a lot of teams in the NFL, and yet he's going to split carries with Josh Jacobs, who's already top 10 running back. What else do you want me to say in the offense? And then on the defensive side, I know there's some holes. But adding Yannick Ngakoue to already a scheme that he already knows, adding Casey Hayward to a scheme that he already knows is going to help this young secondary at it, drafting arguably the best safety in the draft. Adding Carl Joseph back to this defense to add depth. Re-signing Nicholas Morrow, who was a really good linebacker for us last year. I think led the league led the Raiders in tackles, not led the league, led the Raiders in tackles. Replacing Paul Gunter, thank God. Like I said, we'll see how it all works out. But at the same time, too, I really do think the media biasness towards the Raiders is real because it wouldn't make sense because obviously some of the things that they like to fill out or like to say is that, oh, Derek Carr this, Derek Carr that. But yet, and again, I'm not a Carr stan. I'm not a Carr supporter. I know Carr has definitely had his faults, but my fucking God, he's thrown for 4,000 yards the last 3 years and was a top 10 quarterback last year, whether you like it or not, was not the main issue of the Raiders last year. Even though I said it from time and time again, we should probably move on from him. I mean, at the end of the day, if this defense, not this year, obviously, but in the next year or two, turns out to be a great defense, because obviously we have a guy, Gus Bradley, who helped build Saxville and the Legion of Boom. If he can help build this Raiders defense into a powerhouse, then really, based on what we're paying Derek Carr and the draft picks that we would save, because obviously, like, I would want us to either shop for Deshaun Watson or Russell Wilson or Aaron Rodgers, since they were going to be on the trade block next year. Um, there would be no point in fucking doing that if our defense turns out to be really good in the next couple years. But we'll see what happens, man. Fuck you, Mets. Oh my God, Mets. I fucking better hope you win that series, Mets. Subway Series at Yankee Stadium, man. Wonder if one of those games, Mets, Garrett Cole and Jacob DeGrom is going to be pitching. Oh man, that would be a great game to watch, man. And I know we play this weekend, man. I think one of our games is on Sunday Night Baseball, dude. Oh my God, Garrett Cole and Jacob DeGrom going at it, man. Oh my goodness, man, that would be amazing. The final score would be like 1-2 or 1-0, but it would still be amazing to watch. Probably the two best pitchers in baseball going at it. Yeah. Oh man. Yeah, we're spoiled, all right. Yep, we are definitely spoiled. Oh, I wish we were in your division, Mets. I'd love to play in the NL East. What a garbage division that is. No, we play in a real division, man. We play in a real division. There might be a chance that three teams might make it to the playoffs in that division. Might be a chance soon. Yeah, we do, but there's a possibility that he might not make the roster this year. We'll see what happens. All right, you guys. I've been live now for about close to 45 minutes. Um, got to get head back to my job soon. Just wanted to talk on here for a little bit, man. Probably will delete this. Anyways, you guys, man, it's been your boy Ash Sports. I'm out. Peace. Later, y'all.